In the arid heart of Utah, there lies a place where science falls silent and fear whispers through the wind. A cursed land shrouded in ancient secrets and phenomena that defy any explanation. This is Skinwalker Ranch, the most terrifying place in the world. For centuries, the Navajo people avoided that land. They said creatures lived there that could change shape, take human faces, and wear the bodies of animals. Beings that walked beneath the skin of others. The skinwalkers. Witches. Living curses. The first stories appeared long before settlers arrived. The soil was fertile but carried something dark. Entire tribes reported voices at night, figures running on all fours and glowing eyes watching from the hills. No one dared to build there. The Navajo believed human hatred could transform into dark power. A Yi-Naldlushi, the one who walks on all fours, a witch capable of wearing the skin of any being. To become one, a person had to commit the unthinkable, kill a member of their own family. Legend says that after this ritual, the witch gains the gift of metamorphosis, but their soul becomes forever corrupted. No longer human, condemned to wander between worlds, the living and the dead, and Utah became their refuge. Centuries later, that land remained untouched. No farmer prospered there. Those who tried reported metallic noises at night, bloodless animals, and lights dancing across the horizon. Skeptics called it coincidence. Others called it a curse. The story took shape in 1994, when a seemingly ordinary family dared to challenge the impossible. Terry and Gwen Sherman bought the ranch, 500 hectares of mystery. They paid a fortune, even knowing the land's sinister reputation. Their goal was simple: raise cattle and live peacefully. But peace never came. Within weeks, fear consumed the family. One night, an enormous wolf appeared in their yard, larger than any they'd ever seen. Its eyes glowing red, its presence unnatural. Terry fired several times, but the creature didn't react. Its thick skin seemed impenetrable, its gaze intelligent and unwavering. When he followed it, the wolf's tracks vanished, as if it had simply dissolved into thin air. A haunting sign of things to come. In the following months, the ranch became a waking nightmare. Floating lights crossed the sky, fences twisted on their own, and the cattle, healthy and valuable, were found mutilated without a drop of blood. No known predator could have done it. None. Days on the ranch turned into long vigils. The Sherman family began recording every event. Lights chasing their trucks, shadows moving against the wind, metallic scraping beneath the ground. Everything followed an invisible pattern, as if something studied them. One night, Gwen heard voices coming from the corral, whispers in an unknown language. When she reached the gate, the cattle were panicking, their eyes wide. Beyond the fence, only silence and the rustle of grass, as if someone was hiding, watching. One cloudy morning, Terry found 3 dead cows. Each had precise, bloodless cuts. The scene looked surgical, almost clinical. No wild animal could have done it. No human would have left the field so clean, so cold, so empty. The local press ignored the reports, dismissing them as rumors from frightened farmers. But the records kept growing. The Shermans photographed strange blue lights above the stable, yet the photos always came out blurry, as if the air itself bent. Neighbors began to keep their distance. They said the nights on the ranch were alive. Dogs barked for no reason, birds vanished, and electrical devices failed unexpectedly. Time itself felt different there, slower, heavier, suffocating. Fear was no longer psychological, it became physical. Gwen reported feeling invisible touches, cold as metal. Doors slammed shut, objects vanished and reappeared far away. It was as if the house had a memory, fighting back against its inhabitants. Terry tried to face the unknown with logic. He installed cameras and sensors around the property, but the devices failed at crucial moments. Batteries drained, tapes erased, recordings corrupted. Whatever haunted them knew when to hide. One night, the couple saw a red glow over the field. Inside the light, something moved. Long, human-like, but deformed. As Terry approached, the air grew heavy and vibrated. The figure vanished, leaving only the scent of burned ozone behind. Paranoia took hold. The couple slept armed, and dogs guarded the land. Yet the terror persisted. One dog ran into the field, barking fiercely. A flash engulfed it. When they reached the spot, nothing remained, only ashes. The fear became absolute. From that night on, Terry understood the ranch no longer belonged to them. Something ancient had awakened. The land was alive, corrupted by forces beyond human comprehension. The Shermans had reopened a wound that was never meant to heal. News spread among hunters and UFO enthusiasts. Some tried to approach the ranch, but panic and disorientation drove them away. One claimed to have seen a tall, gray-skinned figure crossing the field and vanishing into thin air, leaving behind the smell of sulfur. With no answers, Terry sought scientific help. A small group of researchers visited the site, bringing instruments, thermal cameras, and magnetic field detectors. For days, nothing happened. On the fourth day, one sensor exploded after detecting an unknown radiation spike. Measurements revealed wild electromagnetic fluctuations that appeared and vanished without pattern. It was as if an invisible force manipulated the surrounding energy. Each time it surged, the animals panicked, running in circles, trying to flee from something unseen. Researchers witnessed a luminous sphere moving slowly above the pasture. The light pulsed, changed color, and hovered a few meters from the ground. When they approached, the air vibrated and the phenomenon disappeared, leaving behind a circular patch of scorched grass. The case drew the attention of Robert Bigelow, a millionaire fascinated by the paranormal. He bought the ranch from the Shermans in 1996 and founded NIDS, the National Institute for Discovery Science. His goal, to prove that the supernatural could be measured. Bigelow installed state-of-the-art equipment, infrared cameras, seismic sensors, armed guards. No expense was spared, yet whatever manifested there seemed to mock technology. The anomalies continued, always staying just beyond the reach of the lenses. One guard reported seeing a creature crouched atop a tree. It had yellow eyes and long limbs, as if its body had been stretched. When the flashlight hit it, it leapt over 6 meters and vanished into the darkness, leaving the air cold and unnaturally heavy. The team tried to record anything they could, but the data kept disappearing. Entire files were corrupted, cables torn, cameras destroyed with no signs of human contact. It was as if the ranch itself rejected any attempt to be understood. Over time, the researchers began to change. They became paranoid, sleepless. One claimed to hear voices inside his head telling him to leave. Another saw eyes staring back at him from a mirror. The ranch seemed to feed on their fear. After months of failure, Bigelow ended the studies. No concrete evidence, only stories. The ranch fell silent once again. But what truly happened there, spirits, entities, or something yet unnamed, remains an unanswered mystery. For years the ranch lay forgotten, covered in dust and legend, but silence never lasts. In 2016, a mysterious buyer acquired the property. For months, no one knew who it was, only that he planned to reveal what really hid within those haunted acres. In 2020, the new owner revealed himself, Brandon Fugel, a real estate magnate and student of the unknown. He reopened the ranch with a team of scientists, ex-military and engineers. The project had a provocative title, The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch. This time, the goal was simple, to prove the impossible. Fugel allowed 24-hour recording, creating an investigative reality show. Cameras captured lights, interference, and unidentified voices. It was as if the ranch chose when and how to show itself. One night, a burst of light tore across the sky. A scientist collapsed, clutching his head under immense pressure. Instruments went haywire, recording radiation levels never seen before. At dawn, a smoking crater lay in the eastern field. Analysis revealed no origin, not a meteorite, not a weapon, not an electrical fault. The grass around it appeared melted. The soil contained metallic traces of unknown composition. And once again, no camera captured the explosion. It was as if time itself failed. The event reignited global interest. TV channels, magazines, and amateur scientists rushed to investigate. Some claimed it was top-secret military testing. Others believed the ranch was an interdimensional portal, a fragile boundary between worlds. Reports from new residents grew stranger. Gates opened by themselves. Phones rang without signal. A team member was attacked by something invisible, leaving deep claw marks across his back. The wounds healed in the shape of talons. The team recorded a humanoid shadow climbing a hillside at night. The heat signature was strong, but no face could be seen. When they reached the spot, they found footprints that ended abruptly, as if the being had dissolved into the air itself. Despite fear, the investigations continued. Each discovery raised new questions. The forces there seemed to toy with humans, revealing just enough to keep them obsessed. The ranch offered no answers, only deeper layers of enigma. Today, Skinwalker Ranch remains isolated, guarded, and active. Each month, new phenomena are reported. Scientists still struggle to understand what dwells within that cursed land. And those who have entered know one truth: no one leaves unchanged. Some researchers believe the ranch lies on Earth's energy lines, where magnetic fields distort. Others insist something older, perhaps spiritual, sleeps beneath the soil. Yet none of these theories explain the constant feeling of being watched. Brandon Fugel reported witnessing a mist appear from nowhere and move as if alive. Within it, human-like shapes seemed to walk. When he approached, the mist dissolved, leaving behind air that smelled of iron and ozone, like after a lightning storm. When the Navajo heard these modern accounts, they repeated an old warning. The land was marked by the Skinwalkers. They do not die, they wait. To them, the ranch is the result of a dark pact between witchcraft and ancestral vengeance. Folklore experts analyzed the myths and discovered that the Skinwalker curse always begins with a broken sacred vow. Ancient warriors who betrayed their clans were condemned to live as hungry shadows, trapped between man and beast for eternity. What's intriguing is that the ranch's location coincides with old tribal roots used for spiritual transition rituals. Many believe the veil between worlds is thinner there, an invisible border where past, present, and the unknown converge. During a recent excavation, sensors detected a hollow chamber underground. The space emitted heat and a faint pulsing sound. When a camera was lowered, the cable was severed by something metallic. No explanation was given, and the hole was sealed. As the television series gained traction, skeptics visited the ranch. None left indifferent. Some suffered nausea and nosebleeds after hours in the field. A geophysicist declared the environment seemed alive, reacting consciously to human presence. Even under constant surveillance, the ranch refuses control. Drones crash without reason, watches stop, compasses spin wildly. It's as though every piece of technology is repelled. The unseen seems to defend its territory, warning intruders away. The more spiritual believe the ranch is a graveyard of ancient sins, a mirror of human arrogance before the unknown. Each phenomenon is merely a reflection of collective fear, materialized by the energy of those who dare to challenge the forbidden. But scientists still chase evidence. They keep measuring, recording, doubting. Meanwhile, the ranch watches, silent, patient, like a predator that has learned to wait. And in the heart of Utah, the mystery continues to pulse, fed by fear and curiosity. During a night investigation, a thermal camera captured a silhouette beside a researcher. The image showed intense heat, but no one was there. Reviewing the footage, they heard a faint breathing sound, followed by a whisper, "Leave this place." The incident shook the team. Days later, equipment malfunctioned and vivid dreams plagued everyone. They all described the same figure, a man with a deformed face, dark skin, and glowing eyes. He stood motionless, watching from the edge of their beds. Physical symptoms worsened: headaches, blackouts, lost time. Some recalled hours missing from memory. When they checked the recordings, data gaps matched the missing periods exactly, as if time itself had been erased from existence. Paranormal experts suggested the ranch functions as a dimensional catalyst, distorting perception and reality. Each visitor is affected differently, according to their inner state: fear, disbelief, or faith, amplifying whatever they bring inside. In an unreleased recording, a deep rumble echoed beneath the ground, metallic and resonant. The vibration shook the walls. When the frequency was analyzed, it matched infrasound patterns of earthquakes. Yet the soil beneath the ranch was perfectly stable. Once again, the ranch defied logic, neither physical nor spiritual, but something in between, a gray zone between worlds. Scientists began to admit the impossible. Perhaps the phenomenon didn't want to be understood, only acknowledged. Despite the fear, Brandon Fugel refused to abandon the site. He believes the ranch holds answers about the origins of consciousness and the nature of the universe. The apparitions, he says, are not monsters, but manifestations of something intelligent. Meanwhile, nearby residents report new lights, sounds, and apparitions. The phenomena seem to spread beyond the property's limits, as if the energy is expanding. Some claim the ranch is waking up, calling out to those willing to listen. What if the Skinwalkers are more than legend? What if they are humanity's translation of something that has always existed, reshaping itself to match our fears? Maybe it was never a curse, but a mirror reflecting the darkness within the human soul. Today, Skinwalker Ranch remains surrounded by mystery, fear, and fascination. No definitive proof has ever been found, yet all who visit return changed. The boundary between reality and the impossible dissolves here, where fear takes form and science falls silent. Some say the ranch is merely a stage for human fear, a psychological laboratory where the mind creates what it dreads most. Others insist something real pulses there, ancient and intelligent beyond comprehension. In both cases, the result is the same: terror. Over the years, dozens of investigators, mystics, and soldiers have crossed its rusted fences. None left unchanged. All describe the same sensation of being watched by something that needs no eyes to see, no body to exist. Time seems to distort at Skinwalker Ranch. Watches fail, memories fade, and space bends in subtle ways. Some say it's a portal between dimensions. Others believe it's a cosmic mirror, where Earth reflects the hidden side of the universe. Whatever the truth may be, the ranch remains an open scar between myth and science, a reminder that the unknown still breathes among us. Every light in the sky, every unexplained sound, seems to whisper the same warning: some things do not wish to be revealed. The ancient Navajo always said evil never disappears, it merely changes form. And perhaps the Skinwalkers never left. Perhaps they are simply waiting for the right moment to walk among us again, wearing the flesh of fear as their perfect disguise. Yet some who visit claim the ranch calls them back in dreams. They awaken drenched in sweat, hearing faint whispers of wind through distant canyons. The voice always says the same words: "We were here before you, and we will remain after." Historians examining the land's records found something eerie: older maps marking the valley as forbidden ground. Even before the Navajo legends, early settlers vanished there, leaving behind journals filled with sketches of strange lights in the night sky. Modern scientists now debate whether human fear itself feeds the phenomenon. They propose that consciousness might interact with the land, shaping its mysteries. The ranch could be neither cursed nor haunted, but alive, responding to human presence like a mirror. For those who stand beneath its silent stars, time feels fragile, like glass about to shatter. The universe seems to watch, waiting for one more secret to unfold. In that stillness, the line between observer and observed disappears completely. Perhaps the truth of Skinwalker Ranch is not about monsters or portals, but about ourselves, the shadows we carry, the fears we create. Because in the end, every haunted place is a reflection of the human soul, still searching for meaning in the dark. Those who dare to return to Skinwalker Ranch say silence there has weight. The air thickens, and even thoughts seem to echo. It's as if the land listens, patient, ancient, waiting for another human to cross the line between curiosity and madness. Some nights, locals claim to see a flicker of light above the mesa, like a heartbeat in the darkness. It appears, pulses twice, then fades away. No camera has ever captured it, yet dozens swear it is real. A silent reminder that the story is never over. Archaeologists studying nearby cliffs found symbols carved into the rock, spirals, eyes, and shapes resembling constellations. Carbon dating proved they predate known tribes. Whoever carved them seemed to know the sky held more than stars. Government documents declassified years later mentioned electromagnetic anomalies in the region. They warned pilots to avoid the area at night due to unexplained distortions. Yet, no official report has ever dared to mention the name Skinwalker Ranch. Thus ends the story of Skinwalker Ranch, the most terrifying place in the world. A land where the supernatural blends with the real, and every shadow hides a secret. Some call it legend, others a warning, but all agree on one thing: no one leaves unscathed. Ed,